Alright guys, last lesson in this chapter. It is a pretty short chapter, only four topics within it. So once you're done with this, you're done with chapter 15 and only one more chapter left in the math book to go till you're all the way done with your third grade year. This one's going to be a pretty short video too because it's really just a recap of what you already know. It's just kind of using your brain and letting you think about that in a different way. So we're still working on quadrilaterals, naming those specific types of quadrilaterals. But today we're going to talk a little bit more about how to determine which quadrilateral it is that someone is describing. So just as a review, here is another example of that quadrilateral pyramid or that quadrilateral tree I know we've seen before. A quadrilateral is any shape that has four sides. That's all it has to be. It has to be a polygon that has four sides. So a closed off figure with straight lines. That creates a quadrilateral. Within that category, you can have trapezoids. Remember, to be a trapezoid, you have to have just one set of those parallel lines, one set of those lines that never touch. That's what creates a trapezoid. So trapezoids can look a lot different than this one right here. The only thing they have to have is they have to be a quadrilateral with one set of parallel lines. Another type of quadrilateral you might see is a parallelogram. Those simply have two sets of parallel lines. So they've got a set running this way, top to bottom, and a set that runs side to side that would never ever touch no matter how long you stretch them out for. Within a parallelogram, you've got rhombus and you've got a rectangle. So a rhombus is a special type of parallelogram because all four sides are the same length. So it gets its own special name because it's parallelogram where all four sides are the same length. Then we've got a rectangle, which is a special parallelogram because it has four right angles. So it's still a parallelogram and it's still a quadrilateral, but it gets its special name because it has four right angles. And then we've got the most special guy of all down here, the square. The square gets its own special name because it has four sides that are the same length, it has four right angles, and it has two sets of parallel sides. So it is a rectangle because it has four right angles and it has two sets of parallel sides. It's a rhombus because it's got two sets of parallel sides and all sides are the same length. And it's a parallelogram because all sides are parallel, or both sets of sides. And it's a quadrilateral because it has four sides. So its most specific name is a square, but it still technically belongs in all of these categories as well. So this just is a reminder of what those specific names of quadrilaterals are. Alright, back on the lesson for the week. Just after our review now, they're going to give you some clues or some riddles, and it wants you to try to determine which quadrilateral or possibly just polygon they're describing. So here's our first riddle. Clue number 1, I am a polygon with four sides. So when I hear four sides, I automatically know that, hey, I don't know the specific name yet, but I do know that this is a quadrilateral. Wow, Miss Arnold's handwriting was sloppy there. Because it has four sides. So I can knock out, hey, it's not a triangle, it's not a pentagon or a hexagon, it has to be some kind of four-sided figure, some kind of quadrilateral. My next clue, I have four right angles. We know from just studying our shapes that there's only two types of shapes with four right angles. There's a rectangle and there's a square. So we're down to those two. They still fit clue number 1. They both have four sides and they both have four right angles. My area is 12 square units. Now this is tricky. In order to know if this is a rectangle or a square, we have to think what we know about that number 12 being an area. We know we get area by multiplying two numbers together. If our shape was a square, we would have to have two numbers that multiplied by each other and created 12. For example, 3 times 3. Because if it's a square, it's going to be a perfect, that was a poor example. Here we go. If it's a square, it's going to be 3 long and 3 across, or 4 long and 4 across. It's going to have the same length on each side, because remember, to be a square it has to be the same length. So in order for a shape to be a square, it has to have an area of 12, and the numbers you multiply have to be the same. Since we can't get to 12, since 3 times 3 is 9, and if we go up one more number, 4 times 4 is 16, we know that this shape they're describing has to be a rectangle, because there's no way we could create an area of 12 with a square. It's just not possible. Okay, and we just kind of talked about and brainstormed what we were thinking when we just said that. There's just one more thing I want to go over on this page right here. There's a couple riddles. I am a polygon with 4 sides, so there we go again. We know we're back talking about a quadrilateral. That just basically lets us know that they're not talking about a circle, they're not talking about a triangle, it has to be some kind of quadrilateral. I have 4 right angles, so there we are again at a square or a rectangle. Those are our only 2 options now. My opposite sides are equal in length. Okay, not all 4 sides, opposite. So like this guy's equal to this guy, yep. This guy's equal to this guy, yep. This guy's equal to this guy, yep. This guy's equal to this guy. What they're saying here is, hey, technically both of these guys fall under that category. You could either draw a square or a rectangle and be correct here. Now, we're so super smart, we know that, Miss Arnold, a square is also a rectangle, so we could just draw a square. Yes, but either one is technically true here. Opposite sides are equal in length. Even though a square is equal on all 4 sides, that's true. Opposite sides are still equal in length, so either one of those would be correct. Last riddle for this chapter, and then we'll be done focusing on polygons for a little bit, or on quadrilaterals. I'm a polygon with 4 sides. I'm just going to write Q to save you all the pain of watching me write that out again, but quadrilateral, it's a polygon with 4 sides. None of my angles are right angles. Oh, so it's not a rectangle, it is not a square, it is not a trapezoid, because those can have right angles. None of my sides are the same length, so it can't be a rhombus. Couple different correct answers here. Guess what? This could be a parallelogram. It would... Oh! No, it can't, Miss Arnold. None of the sides are the same length, not just the opposite sides. None of the sides are the same length. So, this one is going to be some kind of irregular shape. It doesn't have 3 sides. I was trying to draw it with 4 sides. Let's see if I can do that again. There we go. So, this would be correct as long as this didn't create a right angle right here, a perfect angle. You could do something like 1, 2, 3, 4, where it's all wonky. There's lots of different ways you can make this one correct to match those clues. So practice, see if you can come up with something different. And just like me, it might take you a second to draw out some wrong answers, and that's okay. Go back through your riddle and check and prove to yourself, is that right or is that wrong? And that's totally fine, just like I did. And it's okay to mess up the first time or two, just like I did, and come up with the correct answer and check yourself on it. Okay? Keep working on this. Find some shapes and maybe try to create a riddle if that's something that interests you, and try to get someone at home to solve it and see if they can guess the correct shape.